Okay, salam sejahtera and very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to the FutureMakers Social Innovation Competition 2025, organized under the module UCM 60303 Social Innovation Project. I'm Dr. Sharala. I'm honored to be your MC for this afternoon. This competition is designed to nurture creative, empathic, and solution-driven young innovators. Aligned with design thinking process, our first year students have joined through empathy, problem definition, and culminating in today's pitching session. Today's platform also brings students one step closer to real world impact, giving them the opportunity to pitch their ideas to industry partners and potentially represent Taylor's University at national and international innovation competition. Thank you to our lecturers, mentors, and students for your commitment, and warm welcome to our distinguished judges joining us today. And here we have Dr. Fang, Program Director, and Miss Anna, Stream Coordinator. And let me introduce our judges. Our judges is from across industry, public policy, academia, business continuity, governance, and social impact. It's my pleasure to introduce them. First, we have Mr. Shukri Ismail, ACMA, CGMA, Head of Operational Risk and Business Continuity Management, KPJ Healthcare Berhad. He brings rich experience in financial and risk management, crisis simulation for corporate resilience and designing organizational risk system, drawing from past roles in Plus and Petronas. And we have our second judge, Dr. Amy Lim, CEO of Le Lam Advisory Services, Sendirian Berhad, and chartered accountant, Asian CPA, and practitioner with more than 38 years of extensive corporate advisory expertise. And our third judge, we have Mr. Zaim Azizi bin Abu Bakar, Stream Coordinator for General Studies, MPU Taylor's University, with 16 years of experience designing MPU modules. And to all our judges, thank you for supporting our students' learning and innovation journey. Before we begin, a quick reminder for the participants. Each team will have 5 minutes for pitching, and you will see the timer on the top right side. There will be a sound at the end of the presentation, just as a signaling the end of the presentation. Yes. And no prototype or implementations are required. And we will have a judging criteria focuses on empathy and problem understanding, clarity of core problems, creativity and innovation of solution, relevance and potential social impact, and feasibility at concept level, clarity and persuasions of presentation. Groups are encouraged to share compiling stories, clear problem framing, and impactful ideas. And we will have some sequence. We will call you based on the sequence. And the first half presentation, we will have 5 groups. And we will begin with our first group now. I will call the group in sequence based on this list in the slides that you can see it now. Kindly ensure your video camera, your microphone, and screen sharing are ready. Okay, let me call our first group. Our first group is StepForward KL. It's a short-term work partnership program, a micro work program connecting unemployed urban poor individuals to paid short-term work via participating business and local council. Group 1, you may begin your pitch now.
Mm. Can
Group
see
one?
my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, our group will be presenting our concept proposal titled Step Forward, a short-term paid work pathway for homeless individuals in Kuala Lumpur. Homelessness in KL has been growing, especially after the pandemic. Rising living costs, sudden job loss, and unstable informal work have pushed many people into street homelessness. While public perception often label homelessness as laziness, our empathy research shows that the most individuals actually want to work. The problem isn't motivation, it's access and barrier. In this presentation, we will walk you through the social problem, our insights, and our proposed idea. Our focus is on the urban homeless population in Kuala Lumpur, particularly individuals who became homeless because they lost their work during or after the pandemic. From interview and secondary research, we learned that the employment barrier are not simply about skills. They include lack of documentation, no permanent address, stigma from employer, unstable daily routine, safety and food insecurity. These individuals are stuck in a cycle for daily survival, which prevent them from planning for long-term employment. This helps us identify our target user, unemployed urban poor living on the streets or in temporary shelter who are willing to work but lack accessible pathway. Next, we synthesize our empathy map and story from real cases. Several empathy emerge. Many constantly worry about survival and safety. They feel invisible, judged, and unworthy. There's a pride in being independent, so they avoid asking for help. Daily exhaustion prevents long-term planning. Short, immediate, and low-barrier work feel more realistic than full-time job. The key takeaway here is the root issue is not unwillingness to improve, it is a lack of dignified, accessible stepping stone connecting homelessness to stability. This shapes how we frame the problem. Based on these insights, our problem statement is homelessness individual in KL lack low barrier, short-term work opportunity that provide income, dignity, and support without requiring long commitment and complex documentation. Existing solutions mostly focus on temporary relief, such as food donation or one-night shelter. These are important, but they do not address reintegration into work. Employers are hesitant to take risks and individuals struggle with trust, consistency, and daily survival pressures. Because of this barrier, people remain stuck, unable to transition from survival mode to sustainable living.
To respond to this, we propose Step Forward, a short-term paid work pathway coordinated by NGOs and powered by small local businesses such as cafes, event contractors, and cleaners. The program provides short daily and weekly paid shift, safe rest spaces after work, and light guidance towards next opportunities. The logic is simple. Paid work plus dignity plus flexibility and support would result in a realistic first step toward reintegration. Rather than a long-term employment promises, this idea focuses on practical, achievable entry points that help individuals regain rhythm, confidence, and social connections. The process is straightforward. NGOs conduct outreach and verify willingness to participate, and participants sign up without any complex documents required. And small businesses offer a short term paid roles such as cleaning, kitchen help, or any logistic support. After work, participants can safely rest at NGO centers, and NGOs provide transactions into guidance such as a job referral or connection to employers. This model reduces employer hesitation, maintains dignity for participants, and also builds a pathway towards stability through meaningful participation rather than a passive aid. This idea works because it provides paid work immediately without long term commitments or complex documents, something our users struggle with. It partners with small businesses and NGOs so no new infrastructure is needed and the risk for employers are low. It's flexible and a short term and easy to scale. This idea also matters because it shifts homeless support from charity to empowerment. Instead of handouts, it restores dignity throughout meaningful work and routine. It reduces stigma by creating interactions between businesses and the homeless and builds confidence, income, and stability. For many people, a short-term opportunity may be the first realistic step towards a long-term reintegration. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope our idea inspires new ways to support homeless individuals in KL.
Okay, thank you, Group 1. Any questions for Group 1? Okay, let's go to Group 2. Group 2, the Food Lens, a smart eat hub system offering personalized
Sharala,
nutrition. Yes,
sorry. Maybe you can ask the fellow judges if they have questions for Group 1.
judges, do you have any questions for the Group 1?
Dr. Amy, Mr. Shukri, and Mr. Zaid.
Yeah, I have a question. Just wondering, Group 1, when you get social enterprises on board, right, and then you get all of these homeless people to be part of the businesses, how do you ensure that you screen these people correctly in ensuring that you get the right people on board to be part of this initiative?
So our plan is usually homeless people usually register under like government things, right? Like such as NGOs. So throughout that, we will look into their like living conditions and stuff like that, and to see if they're qualified enough to be like if they are qualified enough to be a part of like this program.
Okay, and maybe an extension to that question, right, is the issue with employment now is not only limited to those who are homeless, because we can see in the economic condition that we're in, we also have unemployed professionals.
Yeah.
So how do you plan to bring these people on board as well?
I mean, usually the professionals they come up with some of like backgrounds on what they work and stuff, right? But with the homeless people, like usually they don't. So our target is for them to give like very simple jobs like cleaning or like security guard around like resident area, something like well, professionals they are qualified to do like one like a task, like for example, if they're into finance, like they would have somewhat a background, while homeless people they wouldn't be qualified enough to do those kind of stuff.
Okay, good. That will be all from me. Thanks, Fatima, for the answer.
Thank you.
thank you,
Yeah,
Mr. Shukri. Any other questions from other judges?
Yeah, I have a question. You see, I participated in the program, Feed the Needy, which is the homeless on the street. So I realized that most of the homeless are, a bit elderly. So they are not young people. So when they're elderly, will you be able to, fit them into the micro work program? Most of them actually by choice, they become homeless, They do not want to stay with their relative or no family members. It's by choice. So I don't know whether are they willing to work, unless they are actually younger group. And if it's younger group, then the program should be able to absorb that for full-time employment because they are physically fit, rather than a micro work program. Should be a full-time work offered to them.
Yeah, our like working hours is gonna be between 6 to 8 hours. So like per shift, like they would be completing a full shift at work.
Instead on the shift routine, is to be full-time employment in a work proper environment, like office work.
Yeah. But
Rather than treated them as a second class,
yeah.
citizen, offer them those what called micro work. No, if they're capable, why not absorb them into the organization as full-time employee? And for those elderly one, I don't think so. They do not they want to work
Yeah.
because they become homeless by choice.
Yeah.
They have home, no, they have family members where they can take care of them. But by choice, they want independence and freedom. Though there is another category lah.
Yeah, to consider, yeah.
Okay. I have no question.
Thank you, Dr. Amy. And any other questions?
Yes, can I?
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Okay, I think it's a good in terms of your research and also your problem solving or ideation is good. Just to ask you about your idea, which mean your empathy process. This is you read it through, you read it through, or you read through articles or website, or you did interview some of the homeless.
Actually, during the project, there were like we had to look at evidence and stuff like that. So when we looked at news articles and watched a lot of videos, a lot of them based on those articles, a lot of them were actively looking for work, but none of them were hired because they don't come from stable backgrounds and stuff like that. So that this is like our way of like a solution for them.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think it is good. If let's say it's like they're working like a gig workers,
Yeah.
which mean for me it's not a permanent job and so on. But my experience working with homeless, which mean I did some which mean 2-3 years ago. So for those who are living homeless in Kuala Lumpur, so uh, they don't want, which mean they are okay not to work. Their goals is just to have some place to stay, or some place to sleep and so on. And then they were wandering around Kuala Lumpur because food is available almost every day for them, especially towards Saturday, Sunday, and so on. So people, NGO will be contributing foods for them. So they just need some place to sleep and so on. And when they go out to work, and then there are certain issues also based on the NGO feedback, where they will go there maybe like 1 week, and then they will quit job. There are some issues with that lah. So I think when you do the ideation process, or we do the prototype in future, so we will take account into that as
Yeah. Yeah.
well.
Thank you for your feedback.
Okay, but anyway, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zaim. Thank you, Ms. Fatima. And let's move to the group 2. Group 2, the food lens, a smart eat hub system offering personalized nutrition recommendations, healthy menus, and rewards incentives. Group 2, the screen is yours.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, we can see now. You can
All
start.
right. So, good morning, everyone. Today, we're diving into an issue that touches many of us right here at Taylor's, which is how we eat, how we budget, and how we stay healthy as students. And we're introducing a solution designed with real students in mind. Next slide. So, let's begin by acknowledging a pressing reality affecting students, especially here at Taylor's University. In particular, we're focusing on students aged 18 to 25 from households earning less than 5,000 a month. For these students, the high cost of living isn't just a statistics, but a daily challenge as well. When financial aid falls short, many are forced into difficult trade-offs, often skipping meals. But this isn't just about hunger. More critically, it impacts mental health, academic focus, and the ability to meet basic nutritional needs. Coupled with tight schedules and limited budgets, these students frequently turn to fast food or street vendors. The options are very affordable and quick, but rarely nutritious. So ultimately, this creates a cycle that threatens both immediate well-being and long-term health for a significant part of our campus community. Next slide. Our research with Next slide, please. Our research with Taylor's students revealed two key insights. First, students are generally stressed about affording and preparing healthy meals. In fact, they worry constantly about how poor nutrition affects their energy, concentration, and daily performance. As a result, they cope by limiting portions, reusing food, and opting for whatever is cheapest, not the healthiest. And secondly, food that supports their well-being and academic goals, but they face real barriers like cost, time, access, and a lack of clear information. So there's a clear and frustrating gap between their intention to eat well and their actual ability to do so. Next slide. So what's the core problem here at Taylor's? Students struggle to eat healthy food choices on campus. For instance, existing food options and ordering platforms lack clear, complete nutritional information. Moreover, students can't easily see calories, proteins, or allergens when ordering. Healthy options are often perceived as more expensive or are simply hard to find. Beyond that, students with dietary restrictions, allergies, or cultural needs face limited safe choices. And finally, without support or motivation, sticking to healthy habits feels overwhelming. Next, please. Which is why we're introducing Smart Eat Hub, a smart campus food ordering platform designed especially for tailored students. Specifically, it integrates key features like full nutritional information for every menu item, AI-powered personalized recommendations, and customizable healthy menus with real-time nutrition updates. To go further, we've added gamified rewards, points, and leaderboards to make healthy eating engaging and fun. And most importantly, every meal is verified as healthy by trusted campus vendors. In short, Smart Eat Hub makes healthy eating convenient, affordable, and engaging, directly tackling the barriers our students face every day. Next slide. Now, why does this matter? For the lack of healthy options, Smart Eat Hub offers a menu customization builder and real-time nutritional data, empowering students to make informed choices even with limited options. Moreover, an AI nutrition assistant provides instant personalized guidance. For the lack of motivation, we incorporate a reward system with discounts and leaderboards, making healthy eating both fun and socially supported. Overall, this isn't just another system. It's a meaningful shift toward a supportive, student-centered food environment right here on campus, promoting long-term health and academic resilience. Next slide. In conclusion, Smart Eat Hub is more than just a platform. It's a practical, engaging, and student-focused solution to a real and urgent problem at Taylor's University. Together, we can build a healthier campus, one informed choice at a time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Group 2. Now let me open the floor for questions. Judges, you may start to ask now. Dr. Amy, please unmute your mic.
Alice, is this what called app that you're going to develop? Alice, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Yes. So we're gonna integrate the system alongside with the Shop Small website. So it's gonna be in the website itself.
It's a website. It's not app, is it?
Oh no, it's not an app, it's a system. Yeah, it's not an app.
So you will be working directly with tailors only. And this system is
Yes.
only available for tailor.
Yes.
But something is still missing, you know. I still want to know, if I'm a student in your campus, why is it that I can't decide, on the nutritious food that I can choose? Because I think most of the universities have what called a variety of Western and what called Malaysian food. I think they are quite healthy. It's just a matter of how you choose it. Is it very difficult to choose? That you need to have a system to help the student to eat healthily?
according to our research, by asking a few students from Taylor University, they say that although there are a lot of healthy options, that they still can't meet their like personal goals of, because those food are really expensive and they want to make it cheaper. For example, the salad from Shops Mall is pretty expensive as well. So we decided to develop a system for it.
Because as a student, you can explore alternative to bring your own home cooked food, to fulfill your nutritional requirement for the day. It's not so difficult, lah, no? I'm a student also before, so what I do is, if you want a better food, at a cheaper rate, you get the parents to cook it for me, then you bring to the campus. All right.
But for many students, they don't have time to do so, to prepare meals at home because the heavy schedules. They don't really have time to do that.
Okay, but I mean, in my opinion, no, if someone wanted to have healthier food choices, they have to make time for it, no, nothing come free. No, if let's say you want to eat healthily, instead of taking carbo for your breakfast, you like to add on protein, no, protein for your breakfast. So it's not difficult. It's not difficult that you all can make a healthy choice yourself. It's so simple to make food, at home, and take a breakfast if possible, take care of your lunch as well on campus. But anyway, I think your system may be able to help. But I'm just wondering why it's so difficult for younger generation now to prepare their own nutritious food. And the time factor is not that they don't have time, they just wake up early, a little bit early and have a balanced, meal to prepare for your breakfast and lunch. No, I did that every day myself. So I was wondering why young people cannot do that. But anyway, it's a project. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Amy. Any other questions?
Can I ask a
Yes,
question
please.
as a student? Okay. So you talked about this being primarily targeted towards Taylor University students. I mean, as we all know, Taylor's University is not really cheap to begin with. So if you're talking in terms of price point, how much would you have arranged for the offerings that you have?
For the healthy meals, we would target between 10 ringgit to maybe 15 ringgit.
Most food in Taylor's University already offer food between 10 to 15 ringgit though. I mean, that is my primary concern. And in terms of nutrition, if you're gonna have a nutritionist, who's gonna pay for the nutritionist? Is it by the university? Will you have a third party? So, first question would be about the nutritionist. The second is about, well, most of the food available in Taylor's is already 10 to 15 ringgit.
So for the nutritionist, we're actually gonna find sponsors or like celebrity supports to afford it. And for the price point, yeah, like most of the food are between 10 to 15 ringgit. But then like not all of the food are like, like most of the food are quite kind of oily and stuff. So I don't think the price point is what we're focusing today, but the nutrition itself rather than the price point. Yeah.
I mean, if you ask my opinion, I think it goes back to the same thing, which is, in my opinion, a lot of Taylorians already have availability to choice. And oftentimes their choice is already targeted towards that single price range. In terms of nutrition and all that, there is also specific, what do you call it, mixed rice where they get to pick their own food. And there's already, I think, 3 mixed rice shops in Taylor's itself. So, I mean, this is just my personal opinion, where I don't think students are smart enough, even if they have the funds or not have the funds, to choose whatever that's in nutrition or not. It's their choice whether they want to choose something nutritious or not. But that's just my personal opinion. But thank you for answering that question.
Yeah, adding on to you, I think there's many choices for student, even though if you go to mixed rice store, the food are actually very nutritious. Just a matter how you choose it. So it's not very difficult, to choose healthier food, no, around Taylor.
One of the purpose of our project is also to encourage them. Yeah, aside from nutritious, is also to encourage them to choose more nutritious foods that they eat in their daily life right now.
Yeah. So, Elise, I think let me add to this and then probably help you out a bit, right? So you have a platform or a website that promotes healthy food, right? So the value adding services of this proposal could be in a form of making it look more interesting, because most healthy food, you go on Instagram, and one of the ways that you will be attracted to this kind of healthy food is to make it visually appealing, or to control the narrative by way of aesthetics. I think when it comes to value proposition, that is one of the ways that you can play around with as a value adding service of your platform. And I think number two, your reward system. I think scalability is one thing, focusing on tailored students, but scalability wise, I think it can be further expanded. But speaking about the rewards program that is integrated on your platform, and I guess this can actually be integrated with the lifestyle portion of the students as well. And I'm sure a lot of students from Taylor's, they go to the gym. So if you have a calorie counter on your platform, that could help nutrition, computation of what people's intake are, and couple it up with the calorie burner from the exercises and workouts that these students go to, then that would bring out more meaningful results and outcomes from your initiative. I guess those are the areas that we probably want to look in making sure that this proposal can actually fly. Right, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Shukri. Now, thank you, Alice. Let's go to Group 3. Group 3, ScamShield Bridge Swap, a rapid response cash flow support mission for verify scam victims through small advances to establish urgent living needs. Group 3, please proceed.
Right. Is my audio? Can you listen?
Yes.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chong Wing-dong. I'm a third-year student here at Taylor's University, and I've been working as a financial advisor for equally as long. So today we'll be talking about a silent crisis affecting actually thousands in our community, and a bold financial solution to address it. It's called the ScamShield Bridge Swap. So let's start with the hard truth, actually. The global scam recovery rate is only at 13%. For our elderly, who often live on fixed income, recovery is often slow or simply impossible, right? After a scam, the process is fragmented. Victims get sympathy, but no immediate support. Shame and fear of burdening their families keep them from seeking help. What's the result? Verified elderly scam victims are forced into desperate life-altering decisions. As reported by CCID in 2024, actually, Dr. Amy also put this up earlier, which is a fair point, that oftentimes it's a choice that they choose to borrow from loan sharks, or they sell their homes because they don't want to burden their family, right? This isn't about financial loss. It's about the destruction of lifetime security. So our core belief is this: not all scams are preventable. While we must focus on prevention, we also need to prioritize protection for victims falling below the minimum welfare line. That means no food at all. The real challenge isn't stopping every single scam. It's creating a system that provides temporary recovery, which aligns institutional accountability and strengthens oversight when prevention falls. So what exists now? Well, we have insurance. For the elderly, premiums are actually really high right now. Year on year, it's around 10%. The process is too slow and it encourages risky behavior. And if you're talking about provisional funds, which most banks have, money sits as idle inside the bank and it cannot be invested, or it may lead to misuse also. The honest truth is victims have limited options and low financial literacy. They are left with no safety net at all. But what if we can turn this threat into an opportunity? What if we could swap a burden for profit? So how are we going to do this? Well, let me introduce you ScamShield Bridge Swap. Here's how it works. When a verified scam victim of funds are frozen during a bank investigation, this provides them with temporary, immediate access to equivalent funds. Investors, they pay premium into a pool. The bank then uses this pool to provide the temporary relief to the victims. The victim then pays back the principal after a 3-month recovery period, because oftentimes they don't lose their complete fund, but they actually lead to a lower welfare. So adjusting to that takes time, right? That repaid principal is then used to regenerate profit for the investor and recoup the funds. The benefits of this compared to the previous two is it allows banks and investors to share the risk of frozen funds. The banks can earn service fees and also earn a premium on this. The model is scalable because it handles multiple cases instead of insurance, which only handles one singular special case, and they have an underwriter for everybody. So this results in a win-win-win. It's a win for the victim. They get immediate relief, a bridge to stay on their feet, and avoid disruptive debt. It's a win for governance in ESG, right? It increases oversight and encourages proactive government participation in this structured solution because you need governmental oversight. And it incentivizes banks and financial institutions to be more accountable because they turn their reputational risk into a trust-building service profit. How about its feasibility? Well, banks already hedge risk on their balance sheets. It's not about profit, it's about cash flow also. Scams create liquidity shock for households, but also for banks that currently seek on unused swap markets. So why would a bank even offer this? It's the access to additional liquidity, to earn service fee, to strengthen customer trust, and to gain early actionable data. Is there any previous proof? Well, as you can see here, India's central bank has already done so. And in 2008, Michael Burry already earned a significant amount of profit. Thank you so much. May I hear from the floor?
Okay, thank you. The Q&A session start now. You may start to ask questions. Judges, any questions from your side?
Yeah, Shukri here. Where do you get investors, Shuk, to channel or funnel in money into this?
So there is 2 ways we can go about this. First, we can look at from PDIM itself. They have a list of brokerage funds who's already offering these swaps. And these swaps, these clearing houses are oftentimes already looking for new opportunities for banks to increase their product offerings. Because a lot of times, investors, especially a lot of Malaysians, they don't know where they park their money. So they are afraid of risk. And so when you have a financial institution that you can back up with numbers, especially as a name as widely known as PIDM, I think getting brokers and getting clearing houses wouldn't be that much of an issue.
But if we look at institutions like PIDM or other institutional investors, for that matter, if I am an institutional investor, I would be assessing different portfolios for me to put my money in maximizing my returns, right? Because I'll have investors backing me, and I need to give them dividends. So how is this scheme provide more returns in comparison to all the other conventional investment tools?
A very simple answer. It doesn't. It doesn't guarantee a bigger return, but what it can guarantee is that every single month there will be this premium being paid. It's not about, oh, one time all profit. It's about short-term fixed liquidity at every single time. When you talk about investment, the first thing you always learn is risk and return. There is always risk. And this is provisionally a lower risk. So this helps in product offering for banks for diversification. Diversification comes in two forms, right? It comes from vertical and horizontal diversification. This fits into more of the former of vertical diversification, where you're not diversifying across industries, but protecting your singular cash flow by giving risk to institutional investors, and also for it to share the risk and profit with the banks. So this idea actually comes a lot about inspired a lot from Islamic finance also, from risk sharing, and that is why it's more stable than a conventional interest-based investment.
Okay, interesting. And how do you build trust in getting these investments in of this solution? And although returns are not good, but they can put their money here anyway. Because if you want to talk about ESG and how this helps the community, right? You have other platforms to do that. And if you mix it with a banking institution in providing the solution, how do you then build trust on this program amongst your investors?
Okay. Well, importantly, first and foremost, investors are always looking out for new opportunities. Okay, that we have established. So in terms of our marketing strategy, if you want to put it this way, to investors to show how is this feasible, or how we're gonna build this kind of foundation, this is how we're gonna do it, right? So right now, currently, we already, as said previously, we already had provisional funds, and then we have insurance already. We have insurance, and when we have insurance, we already have data. The problem with insurance, and how is it different for lease swaps, is that instead of going for every single case, you are now categorizing the whole the market as a whole. So the benefit of this is actually this. Once you have data for the market as a whole, this builds more trust than the individual cases together, right? So how are you going to market to investors that this swap is actually a good thing? Well, we already have evidence that swap can be beneficial. How can we show that it's beneficial? Well, the evidence is already here. In 2008, microbrewery already profited around 800 million using these credit swaps. But that one is based on housing-backed mortgages. This is just backed by scam and liquidity shocks. That's it. The evidence is already there. It's been used before. We are just putting it in a different context. In terms of market,
if it's a swap, if it's a swap, is that really in adherence or aligned to the Islamic banking concepts?
it's not completely aligned. That's why I said it was inspired. The inspiration is from their profit sharing, the idea of profit and risk sharing. That part is, I would say, coming from the Islamic banking point of view. But in terms of interest rates and all that, obviously not. It's not based on. This is still a conventional product, I would say.
Maybe the social part. The social
Yeah.
part is inspired by
Yeah.
Islamic principles.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
So,
thank you,
thanks
Mr.
for your-
Shukri.
Yeah.
Any other
Thank you,
questions?
Group 3.
Oh.
Let's move to Group 4. Companion button, a button communication device for elderly users living alone in access quick contact and daily reminders without complex technology. Group 4, you may begin now.
Wait a moment, I need to enlarge my screen. All right. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to have you all today. So, dear judges and friends, in this afternoon, I will share about our project called PingPao. So, let me begin with talking about the social problem that we found out. As technology developed faster and faster, we found out that not everyone is able to keep up. And especially for the elderly, smartphone and app are stressful to them. Instead of making life easier, we found out the technology sometimes pushes them far away from society. The advancement of technology always leads to loneliness and social isolation, especially for elderly living alone. So our target as usual for the PINPAL is elderly living alone with low digital literacy and senior who desire to living alone, and then they also need the support from their loved ones. So moving on, based on our observation, we found out many elderly desire to be independent, but they need support physically or emotionally. Secondly, they also show the interest and willingness to learn more new technology to contact with their loved ones. However, they are so afraid of making mistakes when using it. So they often feel left behind by society and their family members. So this also help us to understand how much they need simplicity in their find out a solution to solve this problem. So in this case, we also question ourselves how we support them with using the social connection and daily care through technology that is simple and does not threaten their independence or dignity. So this is where the PINPAL come from. Actually, the significance behind ping means connection and pal means companion. It is a one-button companion device designed for elderly living alone. Then it creates the impact by reducing the feeling of loneliness and social isolation. And it's also support their desire wants to be independent by the feature of daily check-in and reminder, and also receiving the voice message from their family members. So why is this idea so matter? We will say that it is because it's not just prevent them from the accidents or emergency, but it focuses on their emotion support. It provides support without pressure, that they will not feel that they are monitored or controlled by someone, but they feel respect and supported by their loved ones. So in the term of feasibility, PayPal is very practical and realistic because it's low cost. It's cost around 80 to 100, 120 ringgit, and it doesn't require high-ended technology. Altogether, it makes it a user-friendly and scalable product to the elderly living alone. So moving on, we will watch a video together to see how the PayPal works. Yeah, so it's a daily companion. So our concept of Pin Pal is about making connection easier for the elderly living alone. So I will say that all it takes is just with one button. With one button, you can remind someone, especially your loved one, that they are not alone. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Group 4. Any questions from Dr. Amy? Dr. Amy, any questions?
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Amy,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. Christine, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
if this elderly fell down, what's going to happen? There's no emergency button to call for help.
Oh yeah, actually it's mentioned in the video. Maybe the video goes too fast. The how it's work is like they just need to hold the button, like long press the button to get, they will connect to the community that will help them to like assist them in the emergency.
They'll be
Yeah, so the
connected to
description,
the
oh, sorry.
community. Who is that community?
It will be the NGOs or the elderly care. Yeah. So actually the button is connected with an application. Then the application will call directly to the community and also their family members.
I can't see the point because assuming this is your elderly mother living alone at home. You live in a double-story house.
Yeah.
Where is the community?
Oh yeah. Actually, this button, the device, is for them to like connect with the phone. Then the phone will directly connect with them, like send a message through the app.
Send a message to the relative or the children. It's not the community, isn't it?
Yeah, it will like connect with two parties when it comes to emergency. But what make it so unique is that it's not only for the emergency use, but it also can like make them to connect with the children by using the voice message play and also daily reminder, daily check-in. Yeah, this is what make it so unique. I hope I answer your question.
Because this is not good enough, even though it connect to any what call designated phone number of the children, the help may not come fast lah, no? Unless it's connected to maybe ambulance or hospital.
Yeah,
Because
we also
when
think of
when elderly fell down, it's very serious, you know. No time can be wasted for the son who to rush from office, you know. It's too late. So unless urgent response can come to their help, then it is better.
we also think of this problem before, but we feel like because in Malaysia, if we want to call the police, we need to call if we want to call the ambulance, then we need to call 999 first. But what if the elderly accidentally, like, it is not that serious, but they long press, but it's report the police wrongly, and it will make a big trouble. But this is also a good thing to concern. And I think we can like make the power contact to get into the app, like collaborate with them. And when they long press the button, the community will strictly go to clarify the whole things, then get do the action immediately.
Another concern is that I don't know whether the elderly person would like to wear this, wear this gadget around the neck at all times. They may
Yeah,
not
and
want
also
it lah. They may not want it lah.
Yeah, and also this design actually it's not mentioned in this presentation due to the time limitation, but actually the design, it can hang on the neck and also pin on the clothes, or else they can put it into the pocket, also work. And it can wear it at home and also out.
Is it waterproof?
Yeah, I think it should be waterproof and it should like bright because they are easily to left a thing at home and cannot find it.
Okay, thank you, Dr.
Okay, thank
Annie.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Group 4. Let's move to Group 5. Eco Route Guidance System, a guided public beach cleanup route that provides simple step-by-step micro actions to encourage participants and environmental awareness. Group 5, you may begin now.
I'm just going to present right now. Wait. Hi. Okay. Good afternoon, judges. So it's an honor to be here, and our social innovation project for today is we chose beach pollution as our topic, and we chose eco route guidance system for our solution. So beach pollution is not only an environmental issue, but it also has a big indent in our economic. So besides of the safety and health issues caused by the accumulated rubbish, it will also cause a domino effect. Like, first of all, fewer tourists will come because of the dirty beaches, and then it will cause a loss of tourism revenue, which will cause job losses. Besides that, it will also add up a cleanup cost because they need to maintain the beach. But even with the community cleanups, why do the pollutions keep returning? So first of all, it is because of the weak enforcement of waste rules. Second of all, it's because of the poor trash management systems and also irresponsible disposals by visitors and also locals because they lack motivation and constraint of tourist cleanup. So next up, these are the main affected users of beach pollution. First of all, it's the local residents living near beaches. They will face daily pollution that will affect the quality of their living styles. And then it's the beach-related businesses like the vendors, cafes, and also rentals for beach supplies. They will lose customers due to the dirty surroundings. And then it's the local councils and beach management authorities. They will lack real-time data to manage the pollution. Last of all, it's the beach visitors. The beach visitors will unknowingly walk through polluted routes. And that's all from me. I'll pass the mic to Dylan.
Okay, to address the solution, we have an eco route guidance system. Firstly, there will be an action-based guidance. There will be guiding visitors to action rather than only information. It shows visitors how to move around the beach in an eco-friendly way. Second is clear visual guidance. There will be simple and clear visual elements such as colors, arrows, and symbols. It can make the instruction easy to understand to the visitors. Thirdly is Eco Mystery Reward Incentive, where we introduce Port Mart blind box. However, instead of using a physical boxes, we use a digital blind box. A visitor can scan a QR code to receive a mystery reward on their phone. This creates excitement while producing zero package waste, helping to reduce beach pollution. Next slide. Okay, how it works. First, there'll be an entry point. Start here. Visible starting point clearly makes the eco route entrance. It can welcome visitors and introduce the eco route concept. It explains the purpose by following a simple route, helps protect the beach ecosystem. Second, it'll be guided action station. They'll be placed along the eco route at regular intervals. Each sign presents one simple, achievable task. Example task is pick up 5 pieces of plastic. And it is a low effect and it is very high participation for all visitors. Thirdly, there will be a progress and impact feedback. Each checkpoint explains the impact of the action taken. It shows how much waste has been removed through participation. It can help residents see real results from small action and reinforce that individual effort matters. Next slide. How it expected for beach pollution is to make sure that the beach environment is clean, it reduce litter and plastic waste through guided eco-friendly routes. Second is sustainable tourism image, where cleaner beaches improve visitors' certification and destination reputation, where many visitors can come to the beach. They can see the beach is clean. Thirdly is long-term environmental pollution, where it has a protection of marine life and preservation of coastal system. I think this is all.
Okay, thank you, Group 5. Any questions? And judges would like to proceed with the Group 6 or
Can I,
want to take
can I,
a 5 minutes break?
can I comment on the presentation?
Yeah, can.
Yeah, it is good. I think the concept, the
Mr. Zaim, we can't hear you.
seeing empathy defined, and also think just at because in the long run, is you have put all the ecosystem at work. So so there will be no more rubbish around the beach.
I think your voice is breaking.
Because the self-rewarding or earn the
Mr. Zaim, your voice is breaking.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Shall we proceed with the Group 6 or the judges would like to have a 5 minutes break? Mr. Shukri?
Yeah,
If you repeat.
I need a 5 minutes break.
Okay. Then we take a break.
Okay, sure. Okay, let's have a 5 minutes break. Then we will continue after 5 minutes.
Hi, fellow judges and fellow finalists. We are back here. Yes, please let me know if you are good to proceed for the second half.
Yeah, we are back.
Yes, thank you so much. I will be hosting for the second half. Thank you to my colleagues, Dr. Sharala, for the first half. So let's proceed to the second half. And for the second half, I will start with the first presenter, which is Group 6, Safe Support Spaces. So over to you. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah. Are you sharing your screen?
One of my fellow group mates will be sharing my screen.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Oh. If it's too hard, I think I can share my own screen.
Yep, Husna, you can start.
Okay. Wait.
Thank you.
Okay, so good afternoon. I'm Stina. I'm from Group Shelter for the Mind, and today I'll be presenting our group's idea safe support spaces. So our project focuses on homeless adults and elderly individuals in Kuala Lumpur who experience mental illness or emotional vulnerability. So while support services do exist, many people in this group actively avoid them. And this is not because help is unavailable, but because many existing systems often feel judgmental, bureaucratic, and emotionally overwhelming. So being asked to explain the situation, prove eligibility, or commit to structured programs can trigger fear, shame, and withdrawals. And as a result, many people remain unseen and unsupported even when their needs are urgent. So through our empathy research, we have identified three important insights. So first one is many homeless individuals experience deep emotional despairs and a strong fear of being judged. So they often feel misunderstood and overwhelmed, which leads them to withdraw socially. Second, access to mental health care is blocked, not only by financially barriers, but also by emotional ones. So fear of stigma and negative treatment discourages them from seeking help, even when their services are technically available. Thirdly, we observe a reinforcing cycle. Mental illness disrupt daily functioning, housing stability, and employment. And at the same time, unstable living conditions worsen mental health. So these cycles makes recovery extremely difficult without early compassionate intervention. So this insight shows us that this issue is not only clinical or logistical, it is deeply human. Next slide is based on this insight, we develop a clear problem statement to guide our idea. So homeless adults and elderly individuals in Kuala Lumpur who are mentally ill or at risk need inaccessible, compassionate, and judgment-free support because emotional despair, stigma, financial barriers, and ongoing instability prevent them from seeking help, functioning daily, and breaking the cycle that worsen their mental health. So this problem statement helps us focus not on what service exists, but on why people are unable or unwilling to access them in the first place. So our proposed idea solution is called Safe Support Spaces. So these are low-pressure walk-in support hub designed specifically for homeless adults and elderly individuals who are experiencing emotional or psychology vulnerability. So the spaces are intentionally calm, welcoming, and non-institutional, helping individuals feel at ease the moment they enter. So unlike traditional shelters or services center, safe support spaces do not require identification, explanation, or formal intake processes. So there are no interview, eligibility checks, or expectation placed on the users. So individuals are free to enter the space, rest, eat, sit quietly, or simply just exist in a safe environment without fear of judgment or rejection. So emotional and psychological support is available, but it is never forced. So trained staff or volunteers are present to offer gentle support when and if individuals choose to engage. So people are allowed to interact at their own pace, whether that means talking, sitting in silence, or not interacting at all. So by giving users control over how they engage, safe support spaces restore a sense of dignity, autonomy, and emotional safety, which is often missing in conventional support systems. So, how it works. So, in practice, safe support spaces offer an emotionally safe, non-institutional environment with soft lighting, flexible seating, and a calm atmosphere. So, basic daily needs such as food, water, and rest are provided to reduce the stress of survival. So trained staff or volunteers are present to offer optional emotional support, including low pressure or non-verbal interactions. So when individuals feel ready, they can be gently connected for up to the housing services, such as healthcare and employment assistance, or even NGOs without deadline or pressure. So by lowering emotional barriers and encouraging first contact, safe support spaces help break the cycle between mental illness and instability, leading to a better long-term outcomes. So this idea matters because it challenges the way support is traditionally delivered. So instead of demanding readiness before care, it offers safety first. So safe support spaces are feasible at the concept level because they rely on existing community halls, vacant buildings, or underutilized public spaces. So they require minimal infrastructure and are cost-effective and can scale through partnerships with NGOs and even public agencies. So most importantly, this idea recognizes that the emotional safety is not a luxury, but it is a necessary foundation for recovery, stability, and human dignity. So that is all from our group.
All right, thank you, Husna, for the pitch. And I would like to open to fellow judges for your questions. And just a gentle reminder, judges, since we are slightly behind time, I would like to open one question per judge if you have any. And please ensure that the questions posted is specific for the participants to answer. Yeah, one judges. Any judges who have questions? Mr. Sukri, Dr. Amy, or even Mr. Zaim?
Yeah, Husna, I noticed that, we are trying to create a non-judgmental space here.
Yeah.
But and in your proposal, you mentioned that that you are allowed to not register because no ID and whatever not, right? So, do you mind sharing how then do you ensure safety in that space?
So we removed this requirement because they are a major emotional barriers for our target group. So many individuals associate forms and questioning with judgment or rejection. So at the ideation level, safety would be managed through trained staff presence, which clear behavioral boundaries and partnership with NGOs. So the idea prioritizes lowering fear, but not removing all the structures. So for the safe space.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sukri. Any more questions from judges, Dr. Amy and Mr. Zaim? Okay.
Yes, Dr. Fang. Can I just
Yes.
ask, in terms of the
Sorry, Mr. Zaim, your voice is breaking actually from just now. That's why the question was not captured.
how do you use type of disability that we can support this? Is it open to all? Because there is also some there.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't.
Mr. Zaim, do you mind if you put down your questions in writing? Because your voice has been breaking earlier. So I believe the question of Mr. Zaim is something about the accessibilities to the different target audience that you have mentioned.
Oh, like
So
How is it different from
Yes.
existing shelter or drop-in centers?
I mean, is it accessible to other target group as well?
Yes. I mean, yeah, but we mainly focuses on the homelessness community.
Okay. Level of mental illness and disability, is it for all? That's his questions.
Yes, it is for all because we believe that every person deserves to be treated no matter like how worse the condition is.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Zaim. Last one, Dr. Amy, before I call the next group. Thank you. All right.
Concern is the safe space is in the community hall, right? No.
In the
Can you
community,
define where is the community hall?
I'm sorry.
Where is it to be located?
Where is it? It will be located in the middle of KL, like this central city in Kuala Lumpur.
You mean the government is going to build one building called community hall independently?
We'll be collaborating with either NGOs mainly, not on its own. No governmental.
Because let's say, for example, you collaborate with NGOs, where are they going to find a building that is designated as community hall? Where is it?
Um,
Because not one NGO is rich enough, to erect a building just for community for those homeless. They are not
Yeah,
rich to
Yeah.
buy a building, to
we
erect
will
a
be
building.
collaborating with few NGOs and we'll find funds. Yeah.
I think Dr. Amy, your question is important for the group reflection after this. So something that they might want to take into consideration is about funding the entire projects
Yes,
because
that's
we are going
right.
to leverage NGO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you are interested to work on this project, probably you can factor in these particular questions on how you can financially sustain the entire projects.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Amy. Yep. So thank you to the group 6 on safe support spaces. I would like to call upon group 7, Clean Points, which is a loyalty reward system that encourage public beach waste collections linked to infrastructure benefits. So over to you, group 7.
Hello, my name is Norelia. I'm an interior architecture student and I'm the group leader for group 6. I'm here with my fellow team member Ilya to present our solution to beach pollution, such as the case in Pantai Tanjung Dawai, which we named Clean Points. So I'll now hand it over to Ilya to introduce the social problems and our target audience.
Hi, I'm Ilya. So firstly, let's talk about the problem that we are tackling. Waste from upstream has been washing out on Pantai Tanjung Dawai, and the waste has been identified mostly as domestic waste. The waste disposal habits of locals have been determined as a prominent factor in this. So the audience we are focusing on for our research and solution are the locals who frequent the beach either for leisure or work and are therefore directly affected by beach pollution. These are people such as fishermen or local residents.
Now we look at the key observations. So the livelihood, especially to those living in these areas, is threatened. Clean beaches and water are needed for local business owners to operate their businesses. Beach pollution causes financial threat to these communities where the local value chain from fishing and tourism businesses is compromised when beach and water quality degrade. Next, we're looking into the policies that are being poorly enforced despite having already addressed responsible waste disposal and effects of pollution. So the overall quality of life of locals aren't so significantly changed or improved by current efforts from authorities. We're getting frustrated locals that demand for stricter waste regulations because they feel ignored or hopeless when they don't see real consequences for those who pollute. And of course, we're then looking into how effective beach cleanups really are. Community volunteers need a way to stop littering at the source since they're exhausted by cleanups only being temporary, or as we call it, a band-aid solution that don't really prevent the trash from coming back and pollute the land. Which all brings us to our problem statement. Beach pollution, it addresses a much larger issue in Malaysia. We rely on the marine life and its resources like food, energy, and of course, water itself. So the health of these resources are so important to us. And if we were to address these issues, they can be better protected and maintained in the long run to best protect our people and the planet itself. We're not only going to directly benefit the SDG, the 14, life below water, but namely two other goals, SDG 6 for clean water and sanitation, and also SDG 15, life on land.
So our solution is to implement a loyalty card system called Clean Points, in which trash is collected by locals and handed to local eateries. One stamp is given by participating eateries per 2 kg of trash collected at one time. Then food or drinks can be redeemed after collecting X number of stamps. But it doesn't end there. As the whole of Group 6 are interior architecture students, we wanted to implement a solution that personally spoke to us. So, the collected waste is to be handed over to volunteer groups or students like us and turned into eco bricks, which can then be used to build infrastructure such as benches or walkways and placed back into coastal areas. The plan will motivate each individual to act on the issue of built-up waste on the shore, collectively creating visible impact and even building a stronger sense of community. It will also slowly build positive waste habits, changing mindsets surrounding litter and also making people care about beach pollution on a personal level. Moreover, the eco-brick infrastructure serves as a physical reminder of locals' efforts, turning trash that people didn't think twice about into structures that can be used daily. And not to mention, the local eateries that are participating can also be promoted in this way, and it will also boost the local economy.
So why does this matter? Cleaning beach and shores, they need constant attention and action, not just the one of volunteerism. Despite wanting to care for these beaches, we have people who have given up due to lack of motivation and current awareness around beach pollution and waste management, which directly affects them. Especially the local economy. We're looking into specific issues like excess garbage, which damages the potentiality or the aesthetics of these beaches, damages in the potential for tourism, fewer catches in fish from pollution, which slows down the sales, the quality of air in industrial areas, and so on and so forth. So Clean Points, our idea, it will and should connect effort with immediate value and engages these people and help to boost their motivation, helping to change the cause to a long-term solution. So yeah.
So why is this feasible? We implement a simple and low-cost system that does not require advanced technology, and it's easy to monitor at a small scale and easy to expand also. Moreover, communal programs, NGOs, and other organizations can also participate and be part of this easily.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Clean Points. I believe all of you are from architecture's background, right?
Yes.
Yes. Interesting. I would like to open to our fellow judges. One question per judges. Yes. Anyone would like to go first? For Mr. Zaim, if you have any questions, you can write it in the group chat because your voice has been breaking earlier and we do not want to miss out your question as well. All right. Mr. Shukri, Dr. Amy, anyone?
Yeah, I can go. I'm just wondering, I'm not much of a beach person, right? And where I live, I can see no beach. I need to go to a particular spot in order for me to visit the beach. So this particular solution of yours, is it targeted to those living nearby a beach area? If it's not, then how do you attract people to actually go to these areas and do the cleanup and get the points?
So our system is mostly to benefit the locals, especially because the local economy is suffering as due to the beach pollution. However, it is possible to get other people to come if they want to, maybe through just promotion online. I know definitely a lot of people join beach cleanups through social media promotion. So yeah, it's possible, but mainly we did want to focus on the local communities who are directly affected by this.
Thanks, Elia.
Thank you, Alia. Thank you, Mrs. Shukri. Dr. Amy?
Yeah, my answer is that there's no point teaching people how to pick up rubbish from the beach. It's actually due to education, the mindset of people that they need to be trained and what call by their parents, from young, not to throw any garbage on the beach. So no matter how much effort you put in, year in, year out, they still will have garbage there. So that project, I don't think so is workable and it's practical. That's
Okay.
my comment because a lot of big banks they actually spend a lot of money go and clean rubbish from the ocean. But how much can they do? Because rubbish is still thrown every now and then. The best part is to educate the young people, not from primary school, not to simply throw garbage everywhere. Then our planet will be very clean. There's nothing to clear rubbish from the beach also.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Amy. Probably education is one way that you can integrate into your claim point system. It's not just coming up with a challenge and reward, but more of how we can create education awareness towards protecting the beach. Thank you. Thank you, Claim Points. Thank you, fellow judges. Let's move on to Group 8, EcoNet Buddy. So what is EcoNet Buddy all about is a filter and tracking clip that captures microplastic from fishing nets and signals when full. So over to you, Group 8. Thank you. You have 5 minutes.
Hi, is my screen showing?
Yes. Yep.
Alright.
You can start. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon and my partner Ash, and today we are going to address microplastic pollution in Malaysian coastal waters. This issue matters because studies have shown that fish in Malaysian waters contain extremely high levels of microplastic. As a result, pollution reduces fishermen income, lower consumer trust in seafood, and affects long-term sustainability of the fishing industry. Our target users are fishermen and fisherwomen aged between 25 to 60. And a strong cultural and economic dependence on the sea. This makes the problem very personal and urgent for them. So, based on our empathy research, we gained several key insights. First, we found that fishermen are already aware of pollution and microplastics, but they often feel powerless to make a real difference. Second, there are strong emotional responses such as anxiety, guilt, frustration, and fear, especially when thinking about the future generation and the sustainability of the ocean. Lastly, although many fishermen already try to act sustainably, their lack of clear, practical, and easy-to-use tools that fit into their daily routines. So, the problem here is not lack of awareness, it's a lack of simple and meaningful action. Us to ask, how might we turn everyday fishing activities into simple, visible actions that reduce microplastic pollution without adding extra burden or cost? That's why we come up with an idea of EcoNet Buddy, and now I like to pass on to my partner to talk more about it.
As Sharon just discussed, we want to help fishers fight the microplastic crisis in their waters in a way that is both accessible and non-disruptive to their work. Now, the solution we offer is called the EcoNet Buddy. What it is it's essentially a microplastic filter that can be clipped onto a regular fishing net or the side of a boat. So when fishers are casting their nets or sailing across contaminated waters, the water passes through the contraption while the floating microplastic gets trapped within. So basically, instead of adding more work for the fishers, EcoNet Buddy is already at work while the fishing is happening. Now, since this is for fishers, a very important highlight of the device is that it uses color indicators to let users know how full the filter is at any given time. No apps, no screens, no complex digitalization involved, just a simple visible indicator, meaning no additional training is required to use this device. The device should, in theory, have impact on several fronts. On an individual level, it can give the fishers a visible indicator of their impacts on the cleaning of the waters, which in turn further encourages them to continue to take more ambitious steps towards water conservation. On a community level, it encourages eco-friendly habits, so much so that it makes it easier for local NGOs and awareness programs to reach out to and work with the community. Also, common use of this device at its core is basically a large-scale communal cleanup project for local waters, the result of which is removal of large quantities of microplastic that would have otherwise ended up in the marine food chain. This is not only benefiting the fishers by giving them healthy, safe-to-eat fish, but also protects marine wildlife from chemical poisoning, which is a great environmental impact. Its purpose covers SDG 6's agenda for cleaner waters, SDG 12's goal of sustainable consumption, and SDG 14's focus on conserving marine life forms. Next slide, please. Overall, the EcoNet Buddy is a great tool for fishers. It is easily accessible, requires no internet access, no electricity, no specialized training to use, and no additional equipment, as it simply clips on to any regular fishing net. It's also designed to be simple and incentivizing its intended users, so it does not require any effort deviating from regular fishing routines, meaning cleaning the ocean doesn't feel like extra work, which in turn gives users motivations and means to work towards more of their environment. Furthermore, the design is also made to be scalable through NGO and community collaboration and biodegradable due to its choice of inexpensive organic material such as bamboo casing, coconut fiber, or reusable mesh. In conclusion, the EcoNet Buddy is a practical, easy-to-use tool that can help motivated fishers make real impacts on their local waters against microplastic.
Thank you so much for listening. That's all from us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, EcoNet Buddy. Likewise, I would like to open to fellow judges for questions. Wendong, I will keep you to the last. You can actually post your questions in the chat box. One question straight to the point, so that we can keep our event today on time to complete it. All right, fellow judges.
I have a comment.
Okay.
Okay,
Please proceed.
I think the right word to use is not microplastic, because microplastic it cannot be seen with your naked eye. So what the fisherman is trying to do is to clip this maybe a netting to also bring out the whatever plastic that is in the sea. It's not microplastic. Am I right?
Well, the idea for the net is to be made of some form of organic membrane from the listed materials to be able to filter microplastic, because microplastic, what it is polymer chains. So unlike water, it can't pass through, let's say, again, organic membranes that are filtering particles at a nano level, if that makes sense. So our focus is still microplastic.
Yeah, I know your idea is to filter microplastic, but in the sea itself, no, the filter for microplastic is very expensive. If they are the fishermen who catch fish, and the filter is more expensive than the fish they're selling. So what the fisherman is normally do is to take up whatever plastic through the net that they pull out together with the fish. So it's not microplastic.
The EcoNet Buddy is a separate extension that clips onto the net. It doesn't work as the actual fishing net. Like, it is an extra bit added to the net separately, if that like addresses the concern.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Amy, I think this is more of an extension. It's not a tools to make the fishing net. It's more of a add-on additional tools, which is a filter that is attached to the fishing nets. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Amy. Can I go to Mr. Shukri? Any
I
question
think
from you?
I think I'm good. I was about to touch on the cost element, but I think Dr. Amy sort of like covered that. So thanks.
Okay. Thank you
Well,
for the feedback
I
as
can
well.
address the cost element if you wish. The idea is it will be made of reusable or waste materials. Like I said, organic materials. The list of materials I believe were coconut shells, bamboo casing, and reusable mesh. And the cost for the fishermen, the idea is, since the product is meant to be made out of an expensive material, the original distribution should be done by NGOs or whoever's in charge of the project, instead of making the fishermen having to purchase the like EcoNet Buddy itself, or at least initially.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah. So we have one judges who gave you this idea of collaborating with clear points. The group earlier, who is also managing beach pollutions, give rewards to the fishermen instead, because they are the one also helping to
Yeah.
to clean up the beach. Yeah.
The
That's just a
idea is that depending on how much is collected, there will be a reward system. So smaller rewards like food coupons or such will be offered to the fishermen depending on how much they collect over a certain period of time, making it like giving them an incentive to go out and collect more actively.
Okay, thank you. We have one more last questions from the finalists, one of the finalists. One problem that he wanted to highlight here is ocean pollutions travel from shores to deep ocean, so you can't collect much. Most fishermen have boats, have small boats. These filters are too heavy and drag the boat weight down. And how does your particular project or idea different from those that is already available? Maybe you can highlight your project, your uniqueness of your idea.
Well, the ocean pollution traveling towards deeper waters, that is something that wasn't, the project itself was based off local waters, as in towards the shore where fishermen fish, so that the microplastic or any pollution that feed into the marine food chain don't really come back and feed the fishermen or their customers, or just in general get into the human food cycle. So if it travels deeper into the ocean, at that point, that is no longer the concern of the fishermen. So they don't really have an incentive, and at that point, something else might have to be considered for deep ocean pollutions. And for the fishermen having small boats, the filters themselves are tinier extensions. They are not really designed to collect a whole bunch of microplastic. And assuming they do have containers for fishes, they would have containers for emptying out the EcoNet Buddy and reusing it when casting their net again. So they're not meant to be weight heavy. If that, they're not meant to have a lot of weight, enough to weigh down an entire boat.
Okay, thank you for the clarification, Asfal and Sharon. Let's proceed to the next group. Thank you for fellow judges. We have the last group of today's finalists. Group 9, Circle of Safety Model, which is a school-based intervention focusing on emotional safety to create peer support circles for physically bullied students. So Group 9, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Just share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Am I audible?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening, honorable judges, coaches, and fellow classmates. Today, our group will present our social innovation idea, which is the circle of safety model. I would like to begin with a simple concept. Sometimes it's not the rules or systems that save a child. It is a person who notices, who listens, who stays. So too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, or caring presence. Our project is built on that belief.
Now I'm going to introduce the problem. Schools are supposed to be safe, but bullying is increasing worldwide. So for physically bullied students, school is not a place of learning anymore. It has become a place of fear. They are hit, threatened, humiliated, and hurt repeatedly. Most existing systems respond only after the harm happens. By then, the fear, anxiety, isolation, and trauma are already part of their daily lives. Although anti-bullying laws exist, the real question is, are children actually safe? This is not a distant problem. It is happening in Malaysia. One tragic example is Zara Karina, a 13-year-old who was brutally assaulted. Her diary showed repeated fear and cries for help, not because support systems didn't exist, but because no one was emotionally present early enough. According to UNICEF, up to 84% of children in Malaysia experience bullying, yet only 8.6% actually report it. So what does this gap actually tell us? Students are suffering in silence without emotional support. So why does bullying continue even with all these systems in place? Well, first, counselors are available, but students must self-report first, and bullied students are usually terrified. Second, awareness talks happen once or twice a year, but as soon as the talks end, the fear resurfaces. Third, reporting channels also exist, but they feel public and risky. So many students stay silent to protect themselves. Even new safe school reforms focus on CCTV, surveillance, and procedures, not on emotional presence in students' daily lives. The truth is simple. Safety systems exist, but emotional safety does not. And that is why children continue to fall through the gaps. We don't need more policies. We need presence. Raisa? We can't hear you. Raisa, we can't hear you.
Raisa, please unmute yourself, Raisa.
Yeah, unmute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't know I was muted.
It's okay, just continue.
So we asked ourselves, what if safety were not a response, but a routine? What they need is not another report. They need someone to belong to before fear takes over. So our circle of safety is a school-based universal hybrid support model with targeted care designed around the needs of physically bullied students. The core beliefs are belonging comes before reporting, connection comes before discipline. It's quite preventive, relationship-based, and embedded into regular school routines. No labeling, no singling out, no extra timetable. This brings to our target users, which is the physical bullied students from primary and secondary schools whose behavior, learning, and well-being are affected. So here's a visual representation of how it works. Currently, a physical bullied student is lost and distressed. Now introducing the circle of safety model, where every student belongs. It combines two existing ideas, peer buddy systems and structured bonding activities. We integrate them into a single continuous support system. So students are placed in small circles of 4 to 6 peers called the Circle Buddies, and each circle has a trusted adult, the circle guide. They stay together for full time to allow trust to grow. The intersection of the peer circle, weekly activities, and a circle mentor or circle guide would result in a happy and safe feeling student. So once a week for 20 to 30 minutes, during existing periods, such as moral education or class teacher time, students engage in bonding activities like art, games, storytelling, music. The circle provides a safe base where students who are bullied or at risk, they receive quiet, ongoing support without being singled out. So everyday circle guides conduct brief emotional check-ins, like how are you feeling today? Anything worrying you? Students respond using color-coded cards and emojis so that they're never required to speak publicly. And the circle guides can catch early signs of distress before problem escalate. The circle buddies can also help each other, providing peer support pathways and safe spaces to calm down. And the circle guides also conduct monthly reflection and growth activities, which examine what make them feel safer, moments where they feel supported, and minor confidence improvements. So this model is fills the emotional gaps that existing systems leaves open. It does not replace counselors or reporting systems, or it connects and strengthens them. While the current systems are adult-centered and reactive, our model is student-centered, preventive, and built into everyday life. So in conclusion, Circle of Safety protects students before harm escalates, as safety becomes routine, fear reduces, isolation softens, trust in adults rebuilds, school becomes a place of belonging again. So a child who feels safe and supported every day is far less likely to suffer in silence. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Reza. Thank Reza and the team. I would like to open the floor for Q&A sessions and fellow judges.
Yeah, Dr. Fang, just a short question from me. Who do you think would best facilitate the implementation of this model at schools? And if you have circles that are many, right? If you have many students being bullied at one point in time, because you only have one or two counselors at schools normally. So how then do you get these facilitators on board to help with this?
So it's not only up to counselors or teachers, it's the whole school system. The teachers, all the teachers and counselors need to be active in making this feasible, because it's low cost. It's all about preventive than reactive. So to answer your question, teachers will be provided with some workshops about how to see early distress of among students, and their student behaviors, like are they isolated, are they quiet, not attentive. So they can choose to make the circles, and it's not like the whole school will have the weekly sessions at the same time. It's like each class is about like 30 to 40 students in one class. So it's like once a week they do the bonding activities, and the teachers, who is like the class teacher or could be a counselor or the subject teacher, the moral education teacher, can conduct the session and ask emotional questions. And the students are not even pressured to answer because they're using color-coded cards. So like students who are at risk or being bullied, they're not being forced to answer. They can use emojis, color-coded cards, and teachers can detect the early stress or early distress, and then escalate the issue to the systems existing systems that we already have. So it's not it's a school-based support system, and it should be everyone should be engaged in it. It's not up to the counselors only. Of course, they are to support. They are extra support, but we are just strengthening the support system and embedding into the daily routine so that the students do not feel unsupported and unheard before the harm escalates. So they can speak up, or they can at least show some early sign of distress before things escalate. That's our agenda, because we feel like a human touch, a human presence, and someone who hears can really make an impact on a mental health. And since children are very fragile, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what is what is happening to them. So this daily little support can actually, help them understand. They actually make them or guide them towards the path of mental support.
All
I
right.
hope I
Thank you.
answered your question.
Yeah, thanks, Raisa.
Thank you, Raisa. Any more from the judges, fellow judges?
Yeah, me, I think the idea is good. But I don't know whether the teacher is well trained, in handling this psychological part of it.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that since before implementing, it's a very low cost innovation, idea. So as a 1-day workshop or a week workshops can be conducted by the existing psychologists or counselors in the school to just educate and guide the teachers. They don't need like a psychological certificate to conduct this. They just need the guidance of how this process works, how to conduct it within the class time, and how to daily check in on each students, how to observe well, the patterns of the behaviors of students. Are they showing, are they isolated? Are they engaging in in the activities, or are they very, not? They don't show any bother at all. So these tiny details that they need to pick up from the students, like the group circle, the friend circle, or the popularity, how recently, current young groups, they have like popularity around the school going on. So if they have this tiny little knowledge of the students inside the school, I think they can able to pull off together as a system to improve the support system and mental health of these little students.
Thank you. Thank you, Raisa. Thank you, Dr. Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick one question from one of the finalists. Is there any way where you can measure the success?
Well, since it's a new initiative, it's not been included at all in the current school system. So the success would be if we go to the prototype stage and embed the solution into the system. But to answer your question, how do you measure success is the well-being of the students, because as long as once you embed the system, it will you will get to know if bullying still happens inside the school through some of the students' responses. And if it does, then we have the laws, the policies, and the school rules as well to to implement or to prevent, to react. So our system is a preventive measure rather than reactive. So as long as it goes on a routine and daily basis, I hope we'll get some results as we go. So the results is based on the students' well-being and safety, mental health.
Thank you. I think it's measurable through students' well-being. All right. Should introduce in NEP policies. Yes, that is something that we can consider. It's going to be a top-down approach from the government intervention as well. Yeah, thank you so much, fellow judges, and also some of the
I just want to add up, the government already, we have this 2025 Malaysian Ministry of Education. They already reinforced us mental health and psychological support, and increased of CCTV checks and the reporting systems. But these governmental intervention, obviously they're present, but they take time to implement and to properly like I said, like these counseling systems are already there. All these systems are already present, but our idea is just to strengthen it and to implement it within the daily life so that the students' mental health and well-being is being progressed or monitored, closely every day, not just after a harm escalates. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Reza. Thank you to the large group circle of safety. So, fellow finalists and also participants for today's final pitch, we will take a short break while the judges deliberate. Please stay on for the announcements of the results. Okay, so I'll pass the floor back to Dr. Sharala. And fellow judges, let's go into the breakout room and we will coordinate on the results. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fang. Okay, while waiting for the result, I would like to open the floor for some questions and answer sessions. Okay, the question is, I want anyone, okay, I will open first. If anyone would like to say something, what's the social issue that matters most of you? Okay, or you can choose any social issues that you would like to discuss in this platform. Okay, we can start now. Anyone would like to volunteer, you can tell about any social issues that you think it's really matter to you. Maybe in 1-2 sentence, it's enough. Anyone would like to share? Or you want me to call your name? Okay. Any volunteers? Okay, let me call. Good. And the same time, if anyone would like to share your message in the chat box also, you can share. Let me call. Okay. Who's this? Alice. Alice?
Hi,
Yes.
hi.
Hi.
I think one of the social issues that we all care about is the poverty.
Poverty.
The
Okay.
gap between the rich and poor in the urban and rural area. Right now in
Interesting.
Malaysia, including the problem like students that just graduated, right? Their salaries are not that high and they can't really sustain their life with that little money. So I think that's one of the biggest issue right now in Malaysia.
Interesting. Okay. Anyone else would like to share something? Maybe the issues that really matter to you? There's no right, no wrong. You can share anything. Maybe in 1 sentence, 2 sentence. Okay, while we are waiting for the result. Anyone? Christine. Christine, are you there?
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
You would like to share anything?
Sure. As for me, because my major is education, I would argue that I quite concerned with the accessible education for all. Because like just as the topic we discussed earlier, it can be solved by a proper education. If everyone get a proper education, then I hope it can reduce the problem in the society. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, something we need to think about it. Okay, good. Anyone else would like to share? I would like to share something about period poverty. Okay, it's really close to my heart, and there are some students who are doing research about period poverty. Okay, maybe we are mostly, it's like very rare issue among our circle, but if we check in detail, there are some communities who are really couldn't afford to buy their menstrual product, even it's very cheap. For us, it's very cheap. It's like 3 ringgit, 4 ringgit, you can get a menstrual product here. But there are some group of people who really couldn't afford to buy the menstrual product. So I think for me, I'm really close to this type of issues. Okay. And anyone else would like to share? Maybe Fatima? Fatima Tihan. You want to say something?
For me, I would say since I'm from Maldives, like one of
Oh.
the social issues that are important to me is like the tourism industry.
Oh.
Because a lot of the tourists people that work there are like foreigners from India, Bangladesh, and they do get mistreated quite often. So I want like something that I could do to help them maybe get the equal rights as since they work in our country. So that's something that's important to me.
That's good. Okay. Now, next. Anyone like? Okay, Nathan Elizabeth. Nathan, are you there? Anyone else would like to share your thoughts? Miss Anna, you like to share something? Any social issues?
Yeah, apparently Dr. Sharala and I actually had the same team in the previous years. We worked for the period poverty. And I think along the way this semester, I also look into the bullying cases, as we could actually highlight it just now from the last presenter. Another thing is the education for all, that one of our Taylor's Impact Lab main key ideas how we can have equal access to the particular education, especially one of my students group, they prepare idea, discuss and develop that idea for the OKU, how we can have the physical access to the education institution and system. Yeah, so that was a thing I also newly realized.
Okay, good. Anyone else would like to share your thoughts, the issues you are facing, maybe your neighborhood facing, your friend circles, any current issues that you like to share? Anthony, are you there? Anthony. Elia? Elia, you like to share anything?
Not from me, but in the chat, someone has mentioned about over-reliance on AI. I think it's something to be concerned about.
Okay, so what's your thoughts about AI?
It's definitely useful in some instances, but definitely people have been overusing it to the point that they cannot really think for themselves that much. The critical thinking is not very good. I think there's a bunch of studies that have been done on this recently.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for the point. Okay, now anyone else? Sharon Lim.
Yes. Actually, I'm quite agree with Alice about the poverty, because it's not only affect us, but also affect like our friend circle, our family, and all that. So like those rich people what they have is what from poor. So it's quite something interesting.
The gap between them.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Anyone else? Farhin. Farhin, you'd like to share something? Farhin? Reza? Reza, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here. For me, I'm from Bangladesh, so poverty is a very main issue. Although there are many NGOs who are really trying, like you said, I mentioned about sanitary health, sanitary pads, and they can't even buy even if so cheap. So there are many NGOs. Even I worked with some of them when I was in high school. Where we provided free healthcare and supplied the sanitary pads or some kind of food. So, but still, Bangladesh is very overly populated, and poverty is a very big issue over there. So, even if how much, I mean, that we should, even if how much we try, there is the problem issues that it's still right there. And another one is mental health is a very crucial part, which is often not recognized, not realized, not even by adults. Um, Anything can cause anxiety, stress, fear. Our project was bullying, but grief, loss, trauma, accidents, anything can cause mental health, and even you don't even know that you're feeling that kind of distress feeling because it is so very stigmatized in the society. They call it you have a problem, and going to a counselor or visiting a counselor is something that, I mean, some still in this modern era, some people see it as a problem and they stigmatize this issue. So I think promoting mental health and well-being is another issue that is very much needed to be recognized worldwide. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really thoughtful message. Really, really good. Okay, anyone else would like to share anything? Ashil, are you there? Ashil Isham. Ashil
Yes,
Isham,
yes. Yeah, I'm here.
you like to share anything?
No, I have nothing to share for now, so it's all right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anyone else would like to share any current issues or any issues that you think really matters to you? Junaidi?
Hello, hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you for asking. All right. I think there are many things that we concern about, but maybe because my background is psychology, and I can see that from school we have school counseling, school counselors. I think need a lot of improvement in terms of how to deal with the difference between psychological disorders and conflicts. And the way, for example, that one of my friends younger brother, he committed suicide, so he already said to the counselor, and but the counselors have limitations, what can they help and so on, the PNC and so on. So I think this kind of things in to balance out the privacy and also to deal with certain things. I think school counselors are very important, must be there, but I think it to be improved in terms of how to really address and differentiate two types of issue like conflicts and this psychological disorder. That's just my that I can think of now right now.
Okay, good. Since you're psychology students, you would like to share any message to your fellow participants here? Maybe how they can, when they face any issues, how they can contact to our counselors or their friends, in what stage they can start to contact them?
Yeah, I think because there are some individuals, they feel like a taboo if I go to seek help, especially for men. But nowadays, even men now try to seek help. Last time, men is like a taboo thing. Like men shouldn't, show that you are weak. You should, just handle any conflicts. Like a man, take out at the chin. However, I think those taboo are becoming better nowadays. But for the students, especially Taylor students, do not be shy or afraid to share, especially with people who study in this background and they are certified. The counselors are certified. And if let's say you have issue in tailors and you're afraid the privacy is being leaked, maybe you can go to other um, counselors. That nowadays many counselors are out there, and even my friends now at my age, about 40, some of them are going to psychologists, psychiatrists because some depression, there are some anxiety, things like that. So it's good to diagnose yourself, to check what's going on within your brain, and maybe you need someone professional to share your problem, because sometimes we share our problem with our friends. They are not professionals, right? It's not their fault. It's different going to a professional and ask from their advices. Yeah. So don't be ashamed and afraid to go. If you're not confident to go the in-house counselors, you can go to any private um, counselors. It would help, definitely help. Yeah.
Thank you for the suggestions.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
next, Miss Miki Tsukamoto. Miki Tsukamoto, are you there?
Yep.
You like to share?
Sure. Okay. The social issue, right?
Yes.
Like how about like information overload?
Oh, okay.
Like since like social media has advanced so much, like compared to like 10 or 20 years ago, like we are like exposed to way more information now, which often leads to mental fatigue, something like that.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, Miku. Miku, are you there? Miku. Miku. Nelson, would like to share? Nelson.
Not really, to be honest.
Okay, thank you. Next, let me call Shim Pei Ching. Shim Pei Ching. You like to share? Shim Pei Ching. Satyawan Kenzo Aulia.
Yes, miss.
Please share your thoughts on the current issues.
Could you repeat the question maybe so I can frame my question?
The current issues that really matters to you, or maybe bothering you, the current issues that you really care about.
Well, for me, my group, we did microfinance, right, which focuses on helping smaller businesses to kind of succeed. For me, I see a lot of like majority of the Malaysian population, they have their own like small business to kind of support their families. So the issue like microfinance is supposed to help them bridge their like home service and try to make it a bit more like formal. It's very important to me because it's one way that people use to come out of like poverty. At least that's one of the extremes of it. But yeah, it's important to me because I feel like a lot of people are going through it. Like, some people are like selling food, like stalls, or some people are doing like tailoring or something like that. Yeah, it's important to me because I feel like we should all kind of like strive to help each other so we can all improve as a community. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me call Sam Jiayun. Sam Jiayun. Sam Jia. Or Kasih Rin. Kasih Rin. Kasih Rin, are you there?
Yes.
Please share your thoughts.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What's the current issues that really matter to you or bothering you that you like to share? You have something to share. You want to say something about the issue?
Probably on how gadgets have affected our daily lives and how it's like over-consuming for everyone.
Okay. Gadgets, that means you are talking about the mobile phone or?
Yeah, mainly that.
Okay. So that's
For
the really matters to you.
yeah, because for example, in a big family dinner or whatsoever, I feel like now people are just more on their mobile phones instead of talking and like having an actual conversation with each other. So it's like overtaking the actual quality time. The fact that we are sitting all together, but then you're on your phone.
Yes, understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Maisha Afrin. Maisha, are you there? Payam. Yang Payam, are you there? Yang Payam. Fu Kai Yuan. Fu Kai Yuan.
I hear Yang Pei is here.
Okay. Please share your thoughts. Please share your thoughts. Anything that the current issues that really matters to you.
Wait. Share. Share the gentleman. Sorry, I don't know the meaning. Can you say it again?
Okay, it's okay because we are just sharing the thoughts. Okay, so if you don't have anything to share, it's okay, no issues. Okay, let me call Fatima Tihan. Tinan.
Yes, I already shared my idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just scrolling the name list here. Dylan. How about Dylan?
Yes.
You already share your thoughts? Not yet, right?
No, but currently I don't have currently issue. I don't have.
You don't have any issues, like crossing your mind or crossing your path?
No,
Nothing.
not really.
Okay, thank you. Now let me call. Asus. Who's that? I think you didn't put your name here. It's okay. Alia.
Yes, hello.
You already share your thoughts?
That was Ilya.
Oh, okay. So you like to share something?
Well, for me, pollution is a big part, especially in Malaysia. When we're talking about food waste, a lot of it just ends up in the landfills and not much is being done. Like we all know, we're all aware that pollution is a thing, but I feel like not enough is being done to recycle and get through with this problem.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you everyone for your thoughts on the current issues and thoughtful presentation. And now I would like to invite our panel of judges to share their feedback, reflections, and suggestions for improvement. Let's begin with Mr. Shukri.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Sharala. And congratulations to all of the participants. I know you guys are finalists, and I was really intrigued looking at the ideas, looking at the conceptual solutions that you came up with. So kudos to that. My observation of the presentations that all of you had done is I think the ideas, some of it can improve in terms of scalability, whereby if you would like to consider strengthening your proposal, try to have a go at how it can actually reach a wider audience in terms of its applicability and also effectiveness. And also from a feasibility point of view, there are also room for you to further improve on your proposed solutions by way of looking at the financial or commercial feasibility lah. Because at the end of the day, if the solution is as good as one round of securing investment and then going for implementation, it may not be sustainable in the long run. And if you talk about social impact needs to be sustainable because if it only works once, then it will only benefit a very small portion of the population, and the rest will just still be in their as-is condition. So again, congratulations to all, and thank you for the wonderful presentation. It's very refreshing to me, and I wish all of you the best.
Thank you, Mr. Shukri. Let me invite Dr. Emmy for your feedback.
Okay, students, I understand that you're year one students, and you can come up with such a good idea. I need to congratulate you lah, for coming up with this great idea in line with the SDG United Nations 17 goals. But then there's certain area of improvement. For example, the idea must be based on this business canvas model. In this model, it will ask you to think and decide what are the organizations that you want to partner with in order for you to launch your project. And there's also an area for you to think about the profitability of the business if you were to start this business. That means the business must be sustainable. If the business is not sustainable for the next first to 3 years, then it is not a good idea to implement, because to sustain a business, you must make money, you must make profit. Another area is that I hope that your idea will be able to be implemented globally. That means that whatever apps you do, whatever product you wanted to do, if you can reach a global idea, then your idea is actually a good idea. And if your solution is able to create a social impact, to the society, then that idea is good, even though you're not making money. Another thing is that you have to look into upscaling your product, whether you can bring the product to a higher level, to add on more features. Like for example, you develop this companion, the companion project. Then a companion button, for example, you can scale it up by adding more features. And then you scale up by adding more features, make sure the same product are not available in other market, and that means another existing product. Okay, congratulations to everyone. I know that you spent a lot of time. These ideas can be further improved. Well, maybe if you have the ability to look into this what called business model canvas. Right, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amy. Let me call Mr. Zaim to share the feedback.
Okay, hi all. To all the students, so I would like to congratulate all of you. First of all, I think it's not easy also because I think we only have like 10 to 12 weeks to come up with this from empathy up to the definition of the problem and also up to the ideation process. But what have been mentioned just now by the judges is also very good. If let's say you want to escalate further, you can test it, you can create a prototype and test it and so on. And I think few of your pitching just now, your product or services just now can be upscaled to maybe to the next process. So therefore, in terms of your learning journey using design thinking models, I think so far is very good. But what that Datuk just mentioned about business canvas model and so on. So it's more on, more on to a brand, to even to sustainability, to market the product and so on. So I think that will be the next stage if you like to escalate it further to the prototype and do the testing. Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zaim. And now the moment we have been waiting for, the announcements of the winner of the FutureMakers 2025 Social Innovation Competition. Now let me invite Dr. Fang to announce the winners.
Hi, thank you for fellow judges for your comments, for taking the time to provide constructive feedbacks for our fellow finalists. I would also wanted to encourage the finalists to look beyond the social innovation competition and as well as take one step ahead to work on the pitch that you have done, because getting feedbacks from the judges is also one part of validations, validations that encourage you to move on to see whether how feasible, how to implement this further. We can look into that later. So we have our results here. Sorry, it took a little bit of time because fellow judges also have a hard time in deciding, who to put in the top as well, because all ideas are very competitive and very interesting. Okay, so give some drum rolling, everyone. Let's go for the second runner-up, which is the third place. All right, drum rolling. All right, who will be the third place? The third place goes to EcoNet Buddy. Congratulations. Yes. Are the group members here? Do you want to take a picture with your slides? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to take a picture with the slides?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Some of your other members?
I think he's here.
Okay.
Okay, switch on the camera, then I will add you. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, EcoNet Buddy. So the second place goes to Pink Pearl, the companion button. Yes. Can I call upon the companion button, the Pink Pearl team? Do you want to take a picture so that Miss Anna can spotlight you?
Sure. I'm the only representative here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
If I remember, yeah.
I think only Christine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank
If I
you.
remember correctly, the third place, second place is under the coach of Mr. Karen as well, right? Okay, who is the champion for today's social innovation final pitch? The first place. Okay, before I announce, tell me, put in the chat box, who do you think is the first place? Put in the chat box, guys. Put in the chat box, who do you think is the first place? Any guesser? Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see. The first place champion for 2025 social innovation competition, which is the team of FutureMakers, goes to the ScamShield Bridge Swap SSBS. Congratulations. I think we have the leader here, Mr. Chong Wendong. Wendong?
Hello. First and foremost, thank you, Dr. Fang, for bringing me through this entire process. I'm currently in the gym, so that's why I'm looking at this. I would like to thank my mother for inspiring me for this project. Because she also went to exam herself, and then she really inspired me and told me that this is a process that I should really work on. And thirdly, I also like to appreciate the judges. Dr. Amy also gave me some additional ideas before my part really began about circulation, because I believe all our solutions today are very viable and to the pandemic, great ideas. But ultimately, it really results in one, accountability yourself. People have to be accountable to the solutions that they provide. So it does not only have to be scalable in terms of money, but people actually have to take the effort to do it. But thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity. And I guess that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendong. Over to you, Dr. Sharala. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fang. And before we officially close, I would like to thank all the judges, lecturers, and students participants for your commitment to social innovation and empathy-driven change. To all students, today marks the beginning of your impact journey. We hope these ideas continue developing beyond the classroom. For all the finalists, your respective lecturers will be in touch with you on the prizes and also certificate. Let us now turn on our cameras for a group photo. Please turn on your camera.
Do you want to yeah. Okay.
Okay. Miss Anna done?
Yeah, so we will take photo twice, so have a beautiful big smile. Okay. Let's take first one. 1, 2, 3. Smile. One more. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, the FutureMakers Social Innovation Competition 2025 is officially concluded. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and thank you. Bye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.